The full-scale Milky Way was a big part of what drew me to Elite originally. However, I found it curious no expedition focused on the real data, so I set out with the idea of an expedition that celebrates and explores both the fictional and real galaxies at the same time.
Having reached the furthest system on the other side of the Milky Way in Distant Worlds 2, similar to the iconic blue marble image taken from the Apollo 11 command capsule by pilot Michael Collins, in which the lunar lander and the Earth behind it captured every human in existence, alive or deceased, and all in our collective history.
The idea of calling it early astronomy came from the idea that to humans of the 3300s, our current astronomical knowledge will look to them like what astronomy of the 730s looks like to us in the 2020s. Who knows what progress will be made in the field in so many years?
I've always been a fan of looking up at the stars and different things you can see, but I've never pushed my astronomy knowledge enough to know what star, constellation, nebula, etc. I'm looking at. The CEA series has been really awesome in not only learning lots of stuff as I read up on the places we visit, but I can also make the connection between things I've seen and the things I'm learning about and visiting in-game.
The view from Salone's Reach similarly let me reflect on all the travels that I had taken to reach it, and all the other wonderful places discovered by fellow commanders are all captured in that one point of view.
Overall, it's a fun and exciting learning experience for me. Just the fact we're visiting stuff many light years away that we can actually see from Earth kinda makes me grasp how massive the galaxy is, and makes me excited for what else we'll discover in the future.
The most memorable CEA moment for me was visiting the stars of Orion's belt. I always associated Orion with cool autumn nights spent around a campfire. My favorite constellation, and all my life, has been a flat object in the celestial sphere.
It's also moments like when we visited Betelgeuse. From Earth, it looks small because it's so far away, but when we're orbiting in Elite, you realize the sheer size of it, and it kinda clicks in your mind just how small we really are in the grand scheme of things.
I actually joined CEA 3 and 4 when I first started playing since Kezika and I are close friends, and I had one heck of a blast while on 3. Since I was still very new to Elite Dangerous at the time, racking up multiple new discoveries was always so amazing!
So, in regards to the original CEA expedition, I learned that Kezika had announced this very interesting concept. It wasn't so much about sightseeing as it was about learning some of the history of astronomy, what discoveries, insights made from observations of particular stars that made fundamental changes to our understanding of stellar formation, our galaxy structure, and the universe in general. So yeah, sign me up.
The CEA expedition for me gave depth to the universe in a way that related Elite Dangerous to something personal in my life.
Humans, I think, are primarily visual creatures, and visual observation, conjecture, hypothesis, and then prediction of events, learning about what unique features or qualities that specific star systems had, helps to put the discovery in both a historical context of what was understood at the time, and hopefully inspires future astronomers and scientists to look outside the box. Experience new things, interact and communicate more with members of the community. Oh, and if you've never done it before, the mass jump. There are bold explorers and there are old explorers, but there are very few old, bold explorers. Fly safe, Commanders. 07.